Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing okay. So, one of the things that off the jump I really liked about Catholicism is I haven't looked too deep into it, but from what I did see was that they're pretty keen on charity. And that's one of the big things about Christianity that I liked, that initially got me interested in, following the word of Jesus. As I looked into different things, I saw that, Catholics the Great Commission, I think, is a Catholic thing, and that's all about helping feed, shelter, and clothe the needy. So I really like that. And again, I don't know about, what organizations already do exist, but one thing I do know a little bit about is the Pope. And I know a little bit, like I said. I've seen his face and various popes' face on television throughout the years, and it seems to be a very prestigious event with a lot of people, a lot of resources, and a lot of attention, which can be used for a lot of things. And, from what I've gathered, I believe that according to their tradition, the Pope is essentially the representative for God, or for Christ, on the earth as he lives. I think that's what they believe. I could be wrong, but it's something like that. Like he has, and if it's not that, then he has some type of authority over the rest of the Catholic Church. He's the head honcho. The one thing that gets me scratching my head and asking questions, though, is it's like, that's essentially supposed to be the most holy human being on the planet, and yet why do I not hear about, or why have I not seen him talking about starving children in Africa, or just any of the various problems that are all over the world? There's so many of them. Because when I think about being like Christ, it really is all about sacrifice, helping yourself, and helping others. And the more you help yourself, you're helping others. And the more you help others, you're helping yourself. So it's all intertwined. It's all about just helping the situation grow and helping yourself in the situation and everything around it. So when we know about the situation of all these starving children and all these problems all over the world, it's just hard for me to really relate and even understand, to a point. What I've come to understand is that, unfortunately, I believe a lot of these organizations are nefarious fronts for wicked programs that are actually appearing to be good, when in fact they're actually quite evil. And they've used the book as a way to get people's attention, to get people's trust, and to get people from actual doing the good works. And they get them from actually doing the good works by thinking that they're doing the good works and thinking that they're doing the good, when actually they're just being stagnant. And unfortunately, I think we see a lot of that today in a lot of the modern religions. We have over 200 million Christians here, and yet there still is not really any type of mass movement or solutions being done to deal with some of these problems that we know are in our immediate future, not to mention the problems overseas with Africa. To me, this seems like a very serious problem, and even more than a problem, literally, I think it's been designed to be this way. I think there's literally intent to keep those that follow the word of Jesus Christ from actually truly following the word of him by miscuing what they've changed the perception of how we see the word. So they've changed our perceptions from actually seeing and just taking the words literally and for what they are, and just applying them and just helping out where help is needed. Instead of just doing that, they've turned it into this whole organization where you go to church, you do your 9 to 5, you pay your taxes, you listen to your pope, you look to these higher ups, they tell you what to do, and everything works out. You pay a little extra here, you have a little charity here, you pay a little bit, and you feel like you're doing the right thing, because essentially you are. You're paying all your bills, you're feeding your family, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're giving a little extra, Unfortunately, though, these programs that they have everybody running around in do not perpetuate a good society for everybody. And in the meantime, a lot of other serious problems are being neglected that don't need to be neglected. It wouldn't be very hard to develop, organizations and charity programs to combat these things and help children and people really truly grow and get over these sicknesses and problems, and actually stop perpetuating them if we actually care to put in the time and effort. But a lot of it has to do with the heart. These things have to be done from the heart to really change, not from a desire for money or for power or anything else. It has to be done from the heart to truly help out, and that's it. Which is why I'm a very strict opponent, is that the right word, proponent, excuse me, for nonprofit workers, people doing this for absolute minimum wage, just doing it, people got to live, so they got to get a little bit of money to get what they need to get by, but it's not to make a profit, it's not to make money, it's not to make a name for themselves, it's not to get networks and you know, shoes into other places and opportunities. No, it's just to help people who need help. And then we can also do it in a way to where we help the locals help themselves, so that they will eventually be able to do it themselves, and they won't need other people to come in and help them. That's the best way to do it, and that's also the way Jesus taught. He didn't just give a man a fish, he taught a man to fish, and by doing so, he taught him for life instead of just for one day. So, all right, I just want to share some of these thoughts with you guys, and hope you guys have a good day. All right, bye.